There's nothing, no curvature. So right.
You know how much bigger the sun is to the Earth? That's our whole answer right there. The sun overshadows Earth.
All right, I'm ready to be black.
Welcome. Hey, we're the Big Fat Conspiracy
What
Guys.
is going on, everybody? The big fats are back.
We are back.
The big fats are back, baby. Call us ribeye.
First show
We
November.
extra fatty.
And it's Thanksgiving month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Food, baby.
Yeah, food. Oh, food's coming, you guys.
Today's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm worried. Kind of like it's overshadowed worried,
Same.
but I'm worried. You want to tell them what we're talking about? I don't want to talk about it.
Tell them.
I'm scared.
We're talking about John Fitzgerald Kennedy and his assassination that occurred
Gerald.
on 11/22/63. So we are coming up on the 60th anniversary of this gentleman.
Wow.
60 years ago,
60 years.
he had a headache.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
He had a bad one.
Bad headache. All right.
There was no. Yeah.
Should we just dive into this? Do we? I mean, you guys
A very bloody headache.
feeling about
Are we going to ask questions right now before we actually dive into our
yeah,
paperwork right here?
Yeah.
Questions I have is what the fuck? You know?
Yeah. It's
As
a valid
into-
question about anything in life.
Fair.
And the reason why I say this is because through all of this, I couldn't believe like how obvious things were that were just so turned like on a blind eye to get by, you know?
And I don't think it was turned on a blind eye on accident.
No,
Obviously, that's why we're here talking about it.
no,
Because
it
we
was
think
not by accident.
there's more answers to this equation
Yeah.
that no one's talking about.
So yeah, 100% intentional.
I don't know if he ever
Yeah.
got called Fitz or Fitzy.
Yeah,
Fitzy would have been a dope nickname.
Well, let's dive into
Okay.
the assassination part of it.
Let's do
I
it.
pulled this directly from the JFK Library archives. So it says the crowd of excited people lined up the streets and waved to the Kennedys. The car turned off Main Street at Daly Plaza around 12:30 p.m. As it was passing the Texas School Book Depository, gunfire suddenly reverberated in the plaza. Bullets struck the president's neck head as he slumped toward Mrs. Kennedy. The governor was shot in his back. The car sped off to Parkland Memorial Hospital just a few minutes away, but little could be done for the president. A Catholic priest was summoned to administer the last rites at 1 p.m. JFK was pronounced dead those seriously wounded governed colony would recover. The president's body was brought to Love Field and placed on Air Force One before the plane took off. A grim-faced Lyndon B. Johnson, actually that's Lyndon, my bad, stood in a tight in a tight, crowded compartment and took the oath of office administered by the U.S. District Court Judge Sarah Hughes. The brief ceremony took place at 2:38 p.m. Now, see this before I read the rest of it. Well, I'll read it. Hold on. Less than an hour earlier, police had arrested Lee Harvey Oswald, a recently hired employee at the School Book Depository. He was being held for the assassination of President Kennedy and the fatal shooting shortly afterwards of a patrolman, J.D. Tippit, on Dallas Street. On Saturday morning, November 24th, Oswald was scheduled to be transferred from police headquarters to the county jail. Viewers across America watching the live television coverage suddenly saw a man with a pistol fire at point-blank range. The assailant was identified as Jack Ruby, a local nightclub owner. Oswald died 2 hours later at Parkland Hospital. I've watched various documentaries, right? And Lyndon B. Johnson, he insisted that Bobby Kennedy is the one who swore him into office. Now, this is what I think is kind of fucked up, and what leads to like conspiracies that the government did it. Because
Wait, take me back.
okay, so
You're
this
talking
says,
about
right,
when he was being when he took oath.
right, when he took oath. This says Court Justice Sarah Hughes did it. Right, it was
Oh, okay.
administered by her. But what I saw is that he wanted Bobby there. He wanted Bobby to be the one to swear him into office to make him take over. Bobby was currently the attorney general for the country, and I just think it's kind of fucked up that he insisted that Bobby was the one doing it.
Yeah.
When the dude's brother just died.
Yeah.
And Lyndon B. Johnson, there's a lot of little controversy around him as well. Like he would, as a power move, if you had an interview with him at the Oval Office, he would make you wait in the waiting room until he had to take a shit. And then literally he would sit on the toilet as soon as he had to take a shit and then invite you in to do the interview. Just as a power move. You either talk to me while I'm shitting or you don't talk to me at all.
I'm sorry. I thought Lyndon was a woman this whole time. Still a bitch.
Lyndon B. Johnson, the president, who took off.
Yep.
We haven't had a female president.
I understand that. But reading it before.
Well, we do now.
Before taking that he took oath. Lyndon B. Johnson sounds like a bitch name.
Yeah.
He's a bitch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No. Okay, look.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Lyndon B. Johnson was from Texas.
Fuck.
Nah, fuck that, bro. I stand with you. I stand with him.
Where do you think Johnsonville brats are made?
Oh, I thought they're just
in Johnsonville.
Well,
I don't know if that's.
Hey,
accurate.
I'm not
they're
fucking
just
eating those anymore.
Pig Johnsons.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's a little messed up.
I digress. Though. Yeah, he was a hard-nosed president.
So,
sounds
which
fair.
maybe we need back in office. I mean,
right now,
maybe kind of.
It wouldn't be so bad at the
It
moment.
wouldn't be the worst thing to have a president with a pair. Anyway, let's.
We're done.
Let's.
Yes.
Let's break into Lee Harvey Oswald.
Break it down.
My astute friend, you wanna tell us what we got on Oswald?
Yeah.
God, you're stupid.
I said astute.
Oh, that's what we fucking doing now? Nicknaming the
It
word
sounds
stupid?
the same.
Oh, okay. Like I wasn't gonna get on.
Astute.
I'm just kidding.
Astute's a nice word.
All right, so
We know it was a word.
Oli over here.
Oli.
Oswald had a troubled youth, first being placed in juvenile center at age 12, where a psychiatrist assessed him as.
I'm sorry.
What's going on there?
The psychiatry assessed him.
Yeah.
You're doing perfect.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. Assessed him emotionally disturbed. He attended 12 different schools as a child. At 17, joined the Marines. Oswald was court-martialed twice, but he was honorably discharged and flew to Europe and defected the Soviet Union.
No, defected to the Soviet Union.
Oh, defected to
He
the...
didn't defect the Soviet Union.
That's crazy. You know what's crazy is that I read that and that completely wrong.
It's okay.
Defected.
That means he left for the USSR.
Yeah, no. I figured something like that.
Russians. But he didn't. He didn't really go to Russia. He went to.
So let's talk about that real
country.
quick because this kind of ties into that tie-in. If tied-ins were to be tied in.
Well, okay, so that's the whole thing with
And-
Oswald. They suspected Oswald because he was living over in Russia. After he got, he was honorably discharged.
Married a Russian woman.
Right,
He was playing the part.
right. Had a
He was-
daughter,
It looks like.
and he returned to the U.S. a year before the assassination.
Yeah.
62, right?
Yep. 1962. So while in the USSR, he married a Russian woman, had a daughter. In 1962, he returned to the U.S. with his wife and moved to Dallas, Texas. So he came back, like we just said. On November 22nd, 1963, Oswald is said to have shot and killed JFK from the sixth floor window of the Texas School Book Depository. 45 minutes after Oswald shot and killed Officer J.D.
Tippit.
To hell? Officer, wait, he killed. So he killed JFK and
then Jamie
then
Tippit,
killed
right on the
then
street
killed the officer
because he was trying to get away. They were like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Um,
And then pulled up on him.
Right.
And then that's when he ran into a movie theater where he was arrested. Oswald claimed that he was a patsy. So what is that?
A patsy? That means he was a fall guy. That means he didn't do it, and instantly he was. Look, I'm the guy who's taking the heat.
Yeah.
Little backstory on Oswald. He is said to have been working for the FBI at the time for J. Edgar Hoover.
Mm-hmm.
Hoover was using him as an informant,
dude. Hoover, like
because Hoover knew he moved back from Russia, and anybody at the time, because of the Cold War, who when he moved back in '62, we were going through I believe the Bay of Pigs, or just getting over the Bay of Pigs, which is the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, I was seeing that, dude. That was crazy.
And so they thought he was a Russian informant. So what better to try to get, a Russian spy than putting him on the payroll?
Yeah.
So he ended up saying, look, I'm the fall guy. I'm not the one who killed Kennedy.
And I didn't do this shit.
What a guy. That's a writer.
Right.
I didn't do nothing.
But go ahead. You want to finish the rest?
I'm legally blind. I'm just kidding.
Hold it down.
How I drive the car. Mama, I'm sorry.
Keep it rolling.
Oh, shit. Almost a year later, September 1964, the Warren Commission concluded that Oswald acted alone. However, the House Select Committee on Assassinations did find Oswald's role in the assassination was likely part of a larger conspiracy.
So that's our government.
Yeah.
So the Warren Commission was like, how we have all the committees now that investigate Trump or investigate all the presidents or whatever. That's what the Warren Commission did. So the Warren Commission said, no, he acted alone. But the other committee, that was solely put together to work on assassinations of presidents, said, look, we think he's part of a bigger conspiracy, because they probably found out, hey, why is J. Edgar Hoover, who, loved working with Kennedy, why would he hire a guy that's going to kill Kennedy?
Yeah.
Like where's the thought process in that? And I've been to Dallas. I've been to they have a museum now on the 6th floor of the school book depository. I keep wanting to say suppository, but it's
not a suppository, Joe. Not a suppository.
Yeah, the school,
Yeah.
the school's book suppository.
Suppositories.
Yeah.
You just put the books inside of it.
They put the whole books in you, and you get the knowledge. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how college.
That's how
works.
Papa told me.
Geniuses. My head just doesn't wrap around with like.
However,
security at the time.
Okay, so here's the thing,
Well,
right?
that's
Here's
the
one thing
thing,
you gotta
bro.
remember: security. So the Secret Service, every state has its own Secret Service department, just like they have their own division of the IRS, they have their own division of the FBI, their own. So each one. So the one in Texas is in San Antonio. At the time, was currently in San Antonio. President lands. Someone calls them and says, "Look, this is going to be a quick in and out. Secret Service is not needed." The big, because if they did say, okay, yeah, we need the Secret Service from San Antonio,
Right.
They would have showed up and they would have swept the entire street and plaza before, right? They would have made sure, oh, look, that window's open. You get a guy up there, you shut that
directly
window
pointing at the
right
street.
now.
That's crazy.
Right.
Because it really
all
be
these
like
windows
that.
get shut down. And they would have, they would have swept the whole thing 3 or 4 times. Who opened this window? Next person to open this window doesn't live.
Or die. Oh,
Locked up.
sorry.
I was just thinking goes to jail.
Or you die.
Pick which one do you want?
Now.
Go. No, I mean, like the Secret Service. Yes, obviously, I was thinking about that. But more so, like catching these guys.
I hate being retarded.
You know? So Jesus Christ.
You're not retarded.
That has to get taken out.
No, fuck you. I'm dumb
No
as hell.
shot.
I'm dumb as hell.
What, like, dude,
My wife is the reason for my survival is all I have to say right now because there's no way.
And we thank her every day because we love her.
very much so.
Thank you,
Very much so.
Thank you guys.
Oh, yeah, no, that is always just like, I don't know, you have a narrow building path, right? Austin Street, obviously. A guy shooting down. I mean, yes, you have cameras that still work off of fucking gunpowder back then, but like, how are you still catching?
Wait,
how are you still nailing Oswald?
Let's wind that back. What the fuck gunpowder camera are you talking about?
Isn't that what they used to use back then? We're like, don't smile. It's the same.
We sent a man to the moon at the end of the 60s.
We went over that. It was fake.
Or
we
did
went
we?
over. Check that out. Check that out.
Still,
we talked about that.
episode 7.
a man went to the moon,
Questionable.
allegedly.
Hey, hold on.
Questionable.
Hey, just imagine though that this assassination is going down and somebody just spots like a musket barrel. Just a musket barrel starts slowly peeking out the window.
You got the funnel.
Yeah, dude. You just see it just like
No. But, wait, in Stoney's all, is that a camera? Is that one of those gunpowder cameras?
Gunpowder camera. You don't remember those?
That's what he said.
Neither do I, but that's what they use.
Like in the early 1800s.
Yeah, when they had the little button, they're
Oh,
like, "Hey,
shit, I
don't
thought-
smile, bro."
Right. In the
Holy
1800s.
shit.
That's gunpowder.
Not in
Wow.
1963.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Is it?
Yes.
100 years.
Sure,
ago. Right?
sure.
wow,
Sure.
we were on.
That's
we were
one
talking
person's
about-
lifetime. If you really think about it, if a person lived to 100, it's one person's lifetime. We're good.
Yeah, I want to live to that.
I don't think
It's
I
gonna
do,
be painful.
unless I can go to the gym or something.
Yes.
Anyways, back on track. I
You
was
say,
I
love
was
yourself,
lost.
love
I was
yourself.
confusion.
Okay.
Anyways, our next case study here, I guess I'm gonna call it a case study, is the mob is in question.
Oh,
So
yeah.
in 2018, David Marchese is how I'm going to pronounce it, sat down with Quincy Jones for an interview. The two talked about all kinds of things. Then Marchese asked Jones, "What's one thing you wish you didn't know?" Jones replied, "Who killed Kennedy?" Jones singled out a Chicago gangster, Sam
Get that.
Sam Giancana.
Hey,
What's
that's
that?
good. Let's go.
Hey, if you mispronounce a mobster's name, no one cares. He's not going to be mad at you.
I'm scared.
He's going to be all, no, it wasn't me. It was Sam Giancana or whatever that dude said.
Chicago gangster,
he's
Sammy
right.
G.
He wouldn't get mad.
Yeah,
no,
not
he's
at all.
solid.
Keep
He's
mispronouncing that name.
great. Oh, I thought he said it right.
Yeah, it could have been Jim. Yep.
Could have been Jim.
Yeah.
Sammy G,
Yeah.
whose name has been
Ooh.
around certain circles of
That's
the
hard.
JFK conspiracy. The theory goes that the mob helped JFK get elected in 1960 and turned on him when his brother Bobby started targeting their ranks. It said that they orchestrated JFK's assassination as revenge. The connection was there between Sinatra, the mafia, and Kennedy. Joe Kennedy is said to have gone to Sinatra to talk with Sammy G about getting votes for the 1960 election, so they have had motive to do something to retaliate after Bobby Kennedy started looking to the mob to be tough on crime. This could also be the reason that Bobby Kennedy was assassinated as well. That's a good one to get into.
Yeah, dude. When you said the word Bobby, I was about to be like, Bobby's murder, just loud, bro. Bobby's murder.
But yeah, the mob.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, just scary situation.
Well, no, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense, you know. There was a lot of controversy around Kennedy and the mob and everybody because Kennedy was going to be visiting L.A. Frank Sinatra redid his home, put on a whole wing for Kennedy to stay at his home when he was in L.A.
Yeah.
At the last minute, after Sinatra built this whole wing of his house, Kennedy was like, "Look, I can't stay at your house. Bobby's going ham on convicting all these mobsters, because he's the attorney general. It would look really bad if I did stay at your home. Like, I'm colluding with the mob, and my brother's trying to put all you guys in jail.
So is Sinatra affiliated?
And Sinatra, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Long story short, just
yeah.
I mean, I'd assume if you're famous back in the 60s, 50s, you got to be associated with something.
Yeah.
But was he really affiliated, we think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Sinatra, bro.
But Sinatra's really, really pissed.
Right.
So I mean, I can see motive. Fuck this guy. We helped him get elected. We got him votes. We fucking did all this kinds of shit. Now he's gonna shit
now you
all
don't
over
act
us?
like you know who we are.
Right, like you don't know.
Now we're the fucking bad guys.
You're gonna shit all over us?
He's fucking done. He's done, Joey. Fucking cut him off.
I didn't do anything. I wasn't alive till 81.
My guy Joey's the fucking CEO. He's done. He's done now.
I had nothing to do with any of this. Wasn't around in 63.
Quit fucking lying to him, Joey. Tell him who you really are. You're done.
But yeah, that's cool. I can't say cool. That's not cool. It's not cool.
Wait, what?
But Frank Sinatra being affiliated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. You know the movie, Goodfellas?
Yes.
Oh. So you know the movie, The Goodfellas?
Solid movie.
I'm a liar. It's not The Goodfellas. The
Still a good movie, though.
Part in The Godfather where the horse head ends up in the singer's bed.
Never seen Godfathers. Any of them.
It's a tough one to watch.
Have you?
I have, but it's probably going to be like...
Okay, well, it's that scenario is loosely based on Sinatra's affiliation.
Really? It's a really slow gangster movie. But
I like Goodfellas.
Good.
Goodfellas is a really good one.
Yeah.
Goodfellas moves a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Very
You
fast.
think I'm funny? What makes you think I'm funny?
Well, because
Hey.
you're funny like a clown.
Dude, that part got me, bro.
Hey, you really
I'm like-
you're not funny.
I'm like,
You're
dude.
not, I'm sorry.
Stop.
Stop playing with him, bro.
He's crazy.
Okay. All right, this next one. Who's in charge here?
This is the one that got me worried. I ain't reading it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go, Joe. Go ahead.
So we're going to
Pass it down to
you're
you.
gonna pass it to me, huh?
Next in line,
So you think I'm funny?
the CFO.
What's so funny?
Yeah, you're the CFO
All right. What the F?
and in charge of editing.
No, I want to be the
this is-
WTF. Whatever time I'm at. I'm just kidding. Ooh.
Disclaimer:
Alright.
we don't believe any of this.
No.
Oh, I don't know about that. I
We
might.
do not
I
believe
might.
Look,
I
it's the
might.
most convincing one, though.
The best for last. Let's dive into
The
it, Javier.
CIA and Bush. This theory is a little crazy. It says that the CIA planned JFK's assassination because he wanted to end the military. In this scenario, Oswald works for the FBI as an informant, and the theory starts with Prescott Bush in World War II and how the government shut his bank down for working with the Nazis.
Okay, let's
Break it down here.
break it down. Just kind of that area there. So Prescott Bush was working for a bank at the time during World War II, and they said, "Look, this bank here in America is directly funding the Nazis.
Look it up.
We're shutting it down." The current head of the FBI at the time is the one who shut it down, Hoover.
Edgar.
Right. So J. Edgar Hoover's the one who shot Prescott Bush down.
Right.
Prescott Bush is George Bush's father, George W.'s grandfather, right? Okay. So he already has motive to hate Hoover.
Right.
Right. Okay, so that's where Prescott ties in and okay, I dislike J. Edgar Hoover right off the bat messing with my paper. Okay, go ahead.
Fair.
All right. On the day of the assassination, as the president's car is driving through Daley Plaza, 3 shots rang out.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? You guys like that?
I did.
Sounded good.
ad-libs there?
Didn't sound like
Yeah, I don't know
musket,
what they
but
were.
Those are musket
Oh,
shots.
shit. 1 shot misses and 2 hits the president. It is said that the shots were fired from behind. However, when JFK is brought to the hospital, all doctors working with the president says he had an exit wound in the back of his head, meaning that he was shot from the grassy knoll and not not the school book depository.
So yeah.
Wait,
and,
did I say that right?
And even in some of the movies, about the JFK assassination. The one with Kevin Costner is the one that rings to mind the most. Have you guys seen that one?
You had to say ring the line.
Yeah, I had to.
Interesting.
But if you see the shot in the footage, his head goes back and to the left.
Yeah.
Right?
It goes.
Well, if you're shot in the back of the head, your head's not going to go backwards.
There you go.
And definitely not throw you over toward your wife. You know what I'm saying? It's going to throw you forward. And then all the doctors in Dallas said there was an exit wound on the back of his head, not an entrance wound. So these doctors know what the fuck they're talking about.
Fair.
Yeah.
I just had a. I mean, I can't knock the ingenuity that we had in the 1960s because obviously we had multiple wars going on with guns and everything.
Yeah.
But do you think we had high enough pressured velocity weapons to puncture from the front and exit from the distance that they're at?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, that's my only. That's my only.
30-06 was around at the time.
Right. Like I know we had the ingenuity. Obviously, we have the guns.
All the weapons were absolutely around.
Because you're not going to take a 9mm, and that's not leaving the back of your head.
Yeah.
No. These were high velocity.
Wait.
Sniper rifles.
That's crazy.
Remember.
You see that? Wait. So let's just
like
say,
you said, I'm thinking, like you said, in the grassy knoll, it's closer as opposed to as far as it was. But if it is that far and it still could cause an exit,
but either way, Lee Harvey Oswald is a Marine.
Yeah.
He's a Marine.
Yeah.
And all Marines are trained to shoot.
I mean,
from afar with a very high powered rifle.
Fair. I guess that's debunked. Ready.
But hold on. I do want to say, like, let's just say if it was maybe point blank, can a 9mm actually travel through the head?
I think point blank, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
No,
Yes.
I mean, absolutely. A 9mm, I don't think you guys understand the sheer velocity of a full metal jacket.
Oh, no, 1,000%.
Look, from here to my front door,
you're putting a hole in somebody.
If you're going to stand in front of my front door and I pull a trigger on a 9mm, it's going to go through you, my front door, and into my truck.
For sure.
Damn.
No, for sure. Like, I get the velocity at that point. But then again, like, we're not shooting this close in a Lee Harvey Oswald scenario.
Is it going to explode his head? No, that takes a high velocity.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other thing is, they should have done the autopsy in Dallas. They didn't. They put his body in a casket and put it on Air Force One, shipped it to Washington, D.C.
And in that time frame, what the fuck do you think goes on?
Okay.
We're gonna find. We're gonna find out.
Right.
We're gonna find out.
Right. Okay. We all itchy. Let's move on.
That's not in here.
What?
I didn't put that in here.
I thought we did. Okay. No, we'll talk about that because we'll finish
let's talk
this
about it,
and then we'll get into it.
All right. Bet. The men who are said to have set this up. The men who have said that have set this up. Hunt, who worked for Nixon at the time, and an organization called the Anti-Castro Cubans. Two members meet with Hunt, a man, Frank Sturgis, and a woman, Maria Lorenas. Upon meeting, Hunt gave the pair maps of the area and money. The woman wanted nothing to do with this. She flew back to Miami. Sturgis, however, took both of that and the money, and he said to be the one who pulled the trigger from the grassy knoll. Hoover, head of the FBI, is said to have warned of the assassination, and also the Secret Service was told that they were not needed the day of 11/22/63. In a later memo, Hoover wrote, he says that the anti-Castro Cubans killed JFK and the operation was ran by George H.W. Bush of the CIA. I feel he didn't want to die and had to close his mouth, even though him and
who didn't want to die?
JFK? Hoover didn't want to die.
So
okay, hear me out.
Go ahead.
I think Hoover, and what the hell is Kennedy?
Yes.
What's his name?
John.
I don't know why I couldn't think of John. Yeah. I know Fitzgerald fucked me up.
Fitzy.
Like I know Fitzy, but okay. John and Hoover were clearly best friends, but I just feel in this case, Hoover maybe had a very important life, and you know what I'm saying.
He did. He was the head of the FBI,
and
I mean, the main
was
headquarters.
silenced.
The main headquarters of the FBI building is called the J.
He had warned of the assassination. Like he was trying to like get it out, but
right.
didn't want to risk his life.
I mean, fair. But everyone is going to be closed-eared.
I'm just saying, who wants to die?
Everyone's going to be closed-eared when the president is now running this operation.
Right. I mean, you can literally go to jail for saying, you want to unalive the president. They will put you in prison.
Yeah,
right. That's treason. So
for sure.
If you go, hey, I know people that want to, kill the president, you're just like, okay, well, we're taking you in for questioning right now, bud.
1,000%.
And so, he's said to have warned it, not knowing who he actually warned. But, I mean, it does kind of correlate, because at the time, George Bush was said to have been working for the CIA and headed up this operation, right? Mm-hmm. The name of the operation is named after, that he said I wasn't involved in, is named after his oil company he had off the coast of Cuba.
Weird. It's weird. Maybe a coincidence? No.
It could be.
No.
But, okay.
Maybe not. Maybe.
And you're going against the guy that ultimately ruined your dad's career.
Right.
Then in 1970, you become director of the CIA. Easier for you to cover all of this up because then you can burn all the documents.
Right.
Right? Because that's what Bush became the director of the CIA in 1970. Before that, he worked for Nixon. Him and Hunt both worked for Nixon. Bush was asked about this once, and he said, I didn't work at the CIA in 1963. It probably was a different George Bush, because that's a real common name.
Right. That's a good lie. Okay, that's a nice cover-up.
Okay, if we could start with the go back.
Go back.
Real quick. I want to start with the driver.
Okay, let's start with the driver.
On top of videos that we've seen where it looked like he also partook in shooting this man in the head, the president, I want to talk about the speed that he had to go to make sure that if it is Oswald, he would have the time to, be on top of that. Speed had to be, and speed could have been played off because of the fact that, hey, you're going through, waving hi to people.
Right. It was played as
a factor because he took the left turn. You got to slow down. You can't bank a left turn.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. You got to slow down for the left turn.
Do we think that the driver had to be in on it?
I'm thinking like
everybody had to be on it in that car.
It happened as soon as
you don't think she was?
It happened as soon as the left turn happened.
Okay,
it happened. So he makes the left turn and he doesn't accelerate because there's a motorcade in front of him who's controlling speed. There's a motorcade behind him.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
So he wouldn't even have to if the driver maybe didn't know.
And he was driving. They were driving to get ready to park for him to make a speech. Right.
It was a parade. It was a parade type of scene, right? You got people surrounding you on both ways.
Right.
You're saying you're waving.
So
you're parading down.
Yeah, you're parading. Yeah.
So obviously you're right. The car could have been an option.
Okay, but now saying that cars
around,
yeah.
He probably didn't know.
The barricade, the cars, and the barricade could be the one controlling the speed.
That's easy to be like. Yeah. Hey,
I want to know because I got a lot of questions. I know we all do. How tight they even had to keep this due to like how crazy this is. We're about to assassinate.
You think it's tight though?
I was thinking that theory.
Yeah, we talked about this.
I did.
Oh man.
I think the more people you have involved, here's the thing. The more people you have involved, the easier it is to cover up. Because there's more people who are going to end up in prison because of it.
The analogy that I led to Joe was if everyone does something illegal,
right,
who's then held accountable to be doing something illegal?
Yeah.
Right.
If
everyone's in on it, if everyone knows about it, everyone has something to lose from it coming out, right? No, we all cover this up. We all take this to the grave.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot more sense, especially if it's an inside job, if it's us who did it.
Yeah.
Because if it's an inside job, if it's us who did it, then, it's a lot easier. Yeah. Hey, look, do you want to go down for killing the president? Because the rest of us are going to keep our mouth shut.
Mhm.
So if you knew, when you come out and you say something, you blow the whistle, it's on you. We're all going to deny it and say, maybe it was you who killed the president.
Oh.
And the difference between that time and this time,
way.
because now we have a lot of whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Right? And now people are like, no, we have to protect the whistleblower. I believe back then, which we do not have now, is there was still honor amongst thieves, per se. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So it was all right. We're all in this shit together.
That's such a
We're
hard
loyal
thing,
to each
honor.
other. You know what I'm saying?
That's just mob mentality, right?
Yeah,
Right,
honor,
right. There's honor
That's
amongst
fucking
thieves.
hard,
all right,
bro.
we're not going to fuck around because
That
none of
tattoo
us
on my
really want to
forehead.
find out.
AOT. AOT.
But yeah, I mean, this
Shit.
conspiracy goes deep into like, even when they take the body to Washington, they were said to switch the caskets.
Bro, we got another
Mid-flight.
switcheroo on
There's
this.
a thing where Jackie had flown or was with the empty casket, right?
Well, not with an
Because
empty. They assume it could have been an empty casket because they loaded a gentleman, the mortician, the undertaker,
Mhm.
right, is the one to have said who put JFK into the coffin, right? And they said they put JFK into a like brownish red coffin per se, right? Put him into the coffin. And he said, look, I did it. I had his blood on my shirt from putting him in this coffin.
Yeah.
I'm the one who shut it. Well, when they get to Washington, D.C., a blackish gray coffin comes off.
So
When
again,
they
the
open
story
it
doesn't
up,
line up.
JFK's in a body bag,
Yeah.
right? In D.C., the doctors who examined the body before the guy who did the autopsy say, look, it looks like his head has had surgery.
Yeah.
It's weird, huh?
Right. Why would his head have why would you do surgery on a dead guy?
Right.
Second of all, the guy who did the autopsy had never done an autopsy in his life.
It's weird.
He takes all these notes of the autopsy. The second it's okay, he's confirmed by gunshot wound exiting the head, all of his notes are burned. They burned
Oh,
them.
no. He came back and corrected those motherfuckers, actually.
But they still burned them all.
yeah, he still burned them
They
all.
burned all of his
But
notes.
again,
Yeah.
if you're
He
hiring,
came back, correct him, and then eventually, burned his notes.
Right.
if you're hiring or finding
Yeah.
a coroner or somebody to read the autopsy
Yeah.
for a president, I'm not grabbing a person who's brand new. You know?
Right.
Oh, dude, and
you're
in that,
not doing that.
I did see where, at this part where he was taking the oath, is where they were trying to say that the switcheroo possibly could have
Right,
happened.
because everybody had to be in the
I
room.
was
Jackie
like,
was
what
standing
the
next to him.
fuck?
So that's when the
They
perfect
fucking
switcheroo
doing
could
that
happen.
shit,
Right.
bro. They know what the hell they're doing.
So what is the holdout? Or is there going to be an uproar? Has it been long enough post JFK passing
So
that
the
Man, didn't they just release the real
the
stuff?
files
Or
were
no?
supposed to come out.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were supposed to.
And
Those motherfuckers.
I believe it was Trump that signed off to keep them sealed for another 25 or 50 years.
Well, I'm
He
gonna have a
said-
word with that.
So look,
motherfucker.
25 or 50.
You know? No,
I'm still alive, knock on wood, right?
we are. But
Right.
everybody who was involved
Yeah.
is since deceased.
Right, so that's what they're
So you
planning on.
can't
So at
pin it on
that
anybody.
point, do they then release? Because
It's
Oh, is
there
that
has-
why
there-
they released it out
but
or
it's-
tried to?
Right. It's up to the president at the time. Because that's the thing. When it was supposed to be released, Bush was still alive.
right,
Let's
So
fill it up
imagine-
for another however long. Now Papa
Whoa.
Bush passed away. Now almost everybody who was involved with this whole conspiracy has passed away. It is going to always be up to the sitting president to
Nuts, bro.
make it go further. Or so who knows who the sitting president will be? It could be
at the time.
Terry Crews from Idiocracy.
Nice.
By the time
Nice.
Love
You
that
know,
fucking movie.
Love that guy.
where we're
Crazy.
headed,
Kanye West.
Were you the one who was talking about it?
about what?
Crocs or something like that?
Crocs.
In that movie? Were
No.
you the one telling me about the Crocs? Somebody was fucking
Somebody else.
educating me then. No, it gotta be you. You're the only smartest person I know.
I appreciate
The
that. It
only
wasn't
smartest
me.
person I know. I like that's a good.
What?
Yeah. No, I'm fair. No,
Right now, me and you are coming in second, just sitting next to this man.
Oh, we're tied. That's
yes,
what you're doing
it's
to me.
a tied second because
All
we're
right.
both next to him.
Fair. Hey,
it rubs off, and
It
now,
does.
did you see that? I read that word correctly.
it does.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Look,
What happened when I read that word
correctly?
What happened all the other times? I'm just kidding.
But I guess is there going to be an uproar? Although, yes, you want to wait for everyone to pass on and go deceased because you don't want any backtrack. And then, all right, now you're 98 years old, you're still alive, we're going to bring you up. Obviously, no. But, like, even if they were to release that information, is there an uproar or is everyone far past it where they're like, okay, here, we'll listen to it, we'll understand why and what was hidden, we'll move on?
I don't think it'll ever be released for one reason. It will never be released as long as the United States, as we know it right now, currently controls the country. And I believe because then, no matter what time you release it, you're going to instantly prove that at one time or another, the government
was hiding.
Fucked over the American people. And
dude, that's treason.
From then on, but from then on,
I shouldn't have said
you
that.
lose complete faith. You lose complete faith in the government, the structure of government, because you know at any time, for any reason, if it benefits them,
information will be.
They're going to kill the sitting president. They're going to, wipe off Nevada. They're going to, assassinate podcasters. They're going to fucking do something.
That's the part you heard?
What?
Jesus fucking Christ.
We are here.
He followed up with assassinating podcasters. We're making a podcast, buddy. We're podcasters.
We're in Nevada. He said that first. Get closer. I am just kidding.
So, again, all this is hearsay.
Right.
We don't believe in any of it.
Cheers.
Yep. I don't know.
Sipping suspiciously.
Yep.
But for the American people, it was a sad day. I mean, it was sad. I remember my grandparents and my parents saying, and my aunts and uncles saying, yeah, we got sent home from school. Everybody was crying in the streets. And I believe there was more of a unity and a community in the country back then than we have now.
Right.
I don't believe there's going to be as much of an uproar in the country if it ever happens again, an assassination of a president ever.
Right.
I think it's going to be oh well, and I think that's sad for our country. I think our country needs to get back to that kind of unity, that kind of love for each other, that kind of heartbreak for. And it doesn't matter whether he's this party or that party. All that matters
that's
is
humanity.
He's our president.
I don't. That's a person. That's a brother. That's a father. That's
when you look,
that's a person.
Tell me now when you watch old stuff like that, like when you go back to the 60s and you see like the old Volkswagens or whatever, the family pictures or whatever. I don't know. Everybody just looked like one big ass fucking family. Like everybody was a fucking neighbor.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
And that's
now it's like get inside, hurry up.
Yeah, cul-de-sacs were shut down because the neighbors were all together. They're at a fucking block party. Right. Yeah. Now you're scared to even walk out of your front door.
I believe that happens.
Scared to wave high
in small towns in America.
You're over there waiting for your neighbor to leave.
But I believe in big cities.
And then you leave.
I believe in big cities like ours,
social
LA,
anxiety,
stuff like that. I believe there's too many different opinions, and so people.
Oh my God.
People don't want to reach out and know their neighbor. People don't want to reach out and be a community anymore.
Dude.
Because they're too afraid of what other people are going to think or how these people are going to judge me. Or in a smaller town, there isn't that. It's just, that's Cletus. He might not have any teeth, but he's a good guy.
But he's a good guy. Right.
He'll fix your truck if you need him to, and you love him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's, that dude don't got teeth. He's probably a meth head. I don't like him. I got to go.
But all it takes is a conversation. It's a conversation. It's a conversation that no one's willing to have.
And it's us judging people too quickly.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Okay, are we extra judgy now, or are we extra sensitive to people's opinions?
Both.
Or
both.
I think in a rural setting, no one's getting canceled. You don't give a shit. You can say fuck it. I think in a big city environment, you got to watch your back too often because someone's looking to cancel you, someone's looking to be offended by you, someone's looking, and that's the thing, It can go any way. People just want to be offended. They're dying to be offended. They're dying to make you wrong and make you feel bad for not adhering to their way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just it's nauseating. We need to get away from that as a people and just love each other.
Just get back to humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
Understand the person for who they are, what they are, and just take them in.
Accept their faults.
Right.
Okay, that's you. You have faults.
Yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't, just because we have differences doesn't mean we have to hate each other. It doesn't mean we can't be friends.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's what gets misconstrued. If, you don't like me because, my dog attacks you.
Yeah.
It happens, but you can still remain friends. Right?
We can. Yes. Absolutely true.
Whatever that fucking happened to
his dog.
Hey.
Yeah.
Right.
But you get over that, And
Yeah.
you understand,
Right.
the four-legged animal.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't give each other money
Cute
afterwards.
little paws.
Right.
I mean,
And his
do.
razor
It's a
sharp
guarding
teeth.
dog,
You do. No.
You don't pay people
Razor.
You don't
You
pay them for
murder
their
that
Razor
dog.
blades.
You need to
Like,
do. You need to
was in
put the dog down.
those dogs' mouths.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But they're just so
Allegedly.
fucking
I got a watching recommendation.
Okay.
There's a what if show. It's called 11/22/63.
Uh-huh.
It's a what if. I call it what if because it's a scenario that no one can come up with. But it's a TV show about James Franco, who's a time traveler and goes to attempt to stop the JFK assassination.
Shut the F.
Yes. So go and check it out.
Okay.
You guys go
Dude,
check it
that's
out.
Franco, dude.
It's James Franco, bro.
How you
Can't
not
get better.
fucking with that guy?
But yeah, you meet
You know what I'm
Oswald. Don't want to spoil it, but they become good friends.
Okay.
And he doesn't know at the time, obviously. Well, he does because he's from the future.
Just stop.
So it's like, fuck. I'm talking to Oswald.
Melting right now.
No,
All right, go ahead.
that's it though. It's a cool show though. It's a what if. Obviously, there's no time traveler.
Okay. We don't know.
Not that we know of,
Yeah.
but who's gonna stop the JFK assassination? Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I like it.
So that's a
That
little
sounds like a good movie
watching
that I wanna be
recommendation.
into.
It's a show.
TV show.
Yeah, that's
It's all
what
good though. It's the same thing.
That's crazy.
Same
That's-
thing. If you
that's
pair it all
what I
together,
said.
it's just as
I'm
long.
just kidding. I didn't say that.
Almost.
Yeah.
He's real feisty.
Boys, how are we feeling
One
though?
dog barks, you get all feisty.
I don't know if you've seen that a couple times. Was that a run out that window?
How are we feeling about that? Inside job or not?
Oh yeah, inside job for sure. Wait, but let's talk about
You got more? Let's run it up. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
we do have more. About the running of the bank,
Okay.
George Bush,
Right.
or no, not George Bush. What the
Well, there was
fuck?
both of them.
Was there both of them?
Yep.
Yeah, we brought all that up.
Oh shit. No, I know about, but
You got questions?
Because we got answers.
Bobby Mutta. I'm just kidding. No, that's it. That's all I got.
Spell.
Well, everybody,
Inside job.
inside
Confirmed.
job for sure.
Can I see that? What do we
Yeah.
say?
I mean,
I might end up dead.
Oh, wait,
I
do-
wouldn't.
hey,
Allegedly, inside
Allegedly?
job. Allegedly.
Do we
Is
allegedly
that what I
think
gotta
the
do?
driver
Allegedly.
pulled the trigger that hit him?
Allegedly.
No, I think
No.
it was the grassy knoll.
So we do think it was the grassy knoll.
I do, personally. Think it was the second gunman on the grassy knoll.
There was really one on the.
No shot that Cuban was that good with a gun.
Okay, but look how the bullet hits allegedly and bounces. It almost looks like it bounces. Like, boom.
Allegedly.
Yeah. What round do you think hit him? He had an open in the neck. Like a 5.56 or
No,
that didn't
No,
exist.
223. Because it was
7.62.
I think it's 2-2.
223.
223.
Because they worked with M16s during Vietnam and World War II was what M16s as well.
Yeah, 2-2.
So I think that was the gun in.
JFK, man, what a sick ass fucking name to just be shitted on like that.
And then his
FITZGERALD,
brother,
bro.
And then his brother too.
The reason why I lean towards the mob is because then Bobby was done it.
Bobby Mutta.
And they're saying if JFK wouldn't have been assassinated, the Kennedys would have probably ran this country through the 80s.
Yeah.
Damn.
Think of how different the landscape of 60s, 70s, 80s Just the whole Kennedy
Because
family.
that would have changed from the Bush era.
And now a Kennedy's running for president.
Yeah, that's
I
insane.
did not-
Robert
Yeah.
what?
Robert.
Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy? I thought it was Robert something Kennedy.
I don't know. I think it's Bobby's son.
Bobby
maybe?
Mudda.
But it could be Bobby. Yeah. But I know there is a Kennedy currently running for.
Stop saying Bobby, dude.
But I mean, the Kennedys have always been in politics. Still, when Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Dude, he's got a deep ass voice, bro.
When Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California, he's married to a Kennedy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
really?
Maria Shriver. Yeah, she's a Kennedy.
No shot.
Yeah.
I'm learning
Her mom's
stuff
a
every day.
Kennedy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, so the Kennedys are very thick in politics to this day. But still, I think if he wouldn't have been assassinated,
So we're looking at
at least
it
through the 80s.
in alleged get back? An alleged get back or what?
Maybe.
It's
I
tough.
think we're having another Bush down the line, somewhere down the line that gets got.
It's tough. There could be something like that.
Can I say that right now?
Yeah.
Future Bush get got from a
Possible.
I can't
Alleged
wait
Kennedy.
till they bring back Bush. I'm tired of all that bald pussy running around.
Yeah. Anyways,
Wait.
inside job.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, love you guys.